Welcome, beautiful treasures. I am Sonia, the host of the Treasure Is You podcast, and this is a live video where we will be connecting with the rise of the dragon. Yes, dear ones, we have been for many years and even decades talking about dragons, seeing them in movies, they're in stories, and I'm here to tell you that these dragons that all of us have been fascinated with in movies, in stories, they have always existed within our existence. Yes. You have to realize as to what I'm looking for is that everything that we have thought of exists. So, dear ones, allow yourself to rise as the dragon essence that you are. Yes, dear ones. So, breathe in and allow for any human disbelief, any human trying to control things. Yes, just let all that go. Let it all go, dear ones. So before we start, as always, let's begin to breathe in our life force. So let's close our eyes as we are breathing in through our nose, exhaling out through our mouth, continuing to consciously breathe, filling all of the cells within our body, bringing in life, bringing in the celestial dragon energy that is filling all of our cells right now. Their presence is with us because their presence is our presence. We are aligning with the dragon energy that is us. We allow for our eyes to be enlightened with these celestial beings that has been created from source, that has been created from God, that has been created from the creator, that has created all life. We are allowing for our ability to hear and to receive intuitive whispers from the dragons that has always been with us from birth. Breathe it in as we are visualizing the dragon that is you. Feel your heart as now. Feel your heart to expand as the light, loving essence of the dragons are presently filling this space. And they are happy and joyful. Breathe it in as we feel their presence aligning with the magical essence of the dragon. All is well and all is divine. You can open your eyes. All right, beautiful ones. So we are connecting, and I am being told that our fascination with dragons have always been in existence, and they have come online several years ago. Now, dear ones, I have associated and became acquainted with dragons in the early 2000s, and I as well have met my dragon, which I have several dragons. Now, depending on each person, depending on your belief system, depending on your insight, your understanding of who and what you are, you have to understand that we encompass the whole. So everything that you see in this life, we have created everything. When we can allow, which we are in this space, it is a healing space. It is a space of alignment. It is a space of remembrance. In this human experience, at times we can get caught up in the 3D, and that is it. But the dragons are making their presence known in this video so you can connect to your dragon, your essence of the dragon. This is how they exist, dear ones, because we created them. Yeah, I know. Most of us don't know that we created everything, as I said, in existence. But we exist in that mystical realm of mystique and darkness, of unknown places and things because of the life journey of light and dark, gray spaces, spaces in between. We have created the celestial essences of the dragons. So we are right now connecting with the black and fire dragons. We have black dragons of hollow earth. We have fire dragons of the earth and of hollow earth. And these dragons, dear ones, they clear the ley lines of the earth because the unconscious parts of ourselves, we carry a lot of murkiness, a lot of debris, a lot of unnecessary energy. So the dragons and the turtles, they clear the ley lines. Yes, turtles, dear ones, they naturally clear the universe's ley lines. This is why they move so slow. Everything in existence, dear ones, has a purpose. Okay? So in this video, as we are connecting with the dragons, I am being told that you brought this video into this present day reality because our soul is yearning for these parts of ourselves that are unknown or that are not in the public eye to the point where you believe. Everything is about us believing in ourselves. Yes, everything, dear ones. So I am going to place a link in this video. I made a dragon video about a year ago, and I will place a link in this description. So if you want, you can watch that video. Yeah. But the dragons, dear ones, once you connect with them, will do anything that you need for them to do. They will clear the spaces for you. If you are serious about your energetic surroundings, right? Your energetic signature, when your mind is wavering and thinking of past events, your dragons can help you with that. Your dragons is a part of your team, your family, and I am being told essentially the dragon is really you because we, dear ones, can bilocate. We, dear ones, can be, and we are, in multiple locations at one time. Okay? You need to know that about yourself. And this is what is being told so you can understand that we exist, we have created, we continue to create. And during this new beginning, you have the opportunity to allow your dragon essence to create, to clear spaces for you, to help you connect with past experiences that are relevant. There, let me clear that up. That is relevant. Nothing that is irrelevant. Irrelevant. If your soul is allowing you, this is really what happens. If your soul allows you to receive any past information that is relevant, then it will be revealed to you. But you have to align, you have to do the inner work, you have to be dedicated. Yes. And you're not going to actually see. No, I shouldn't say you're not going to actually see because everybody is different. Yeah, everybody is different. I was going to say you're not going to see your dragons, but who am I to say that you're not going to see your dragons? Because I see my dragons in a celestial, etheric form in the 2000s when I was driving. Yes, this is how I saw my dragons, and it was one of the most spectacular things that a person can see. So, yes, I have seen my dragons in a etheric form come to my aid. All right, dear ones. So, as I said, when you connect more to yourself, when you open up to the possibilities, then you will receive. And this is why we are being shown, we are in this video, so you can connect to your own dragon, because that dragon is you. All right, dear ones? I hope I didn't confuse anybody, because we can bilocate, all right? We can be in all times and spaces at the same time. Yes, we can. That is how powerful we are. But you have to align to that. You have to do that inner work. Now, for some, it can happen instantly. But for most of us, no. For most of us, you have to every day, you got to sit down. You have to get into a vibration where you are able to connect, where you are able to see, where you are able to understand what your dragon essence is telling you, helping you to understand parts of yourself. Yeah. Yes, dear ones, there are many parts of ourselves, I'm here to tell you that is unknown, and you would not think for 1 second that it's you. But because we encompass the whole, that right there should help you understand that all things are possible. Yes, it should help you. I am going to place a link, as I said, and just be excited and open. This is what I'm being told to tell you, is when we are open, we can receive these messages. We can receive activations, and we can receive the things that is needed for our evolution. So I'm here to also tell you, dear ones, that there are many forms of dragons, many colors, and they can do many things. So the black and the fire dragons, they help to transmute heavy, dense energy. They clear the ley lines. This is what I have been shown and told about the black and fire dragons of this earth, of Hollow Earth. And as I said, they help to clear that dense energy that, guess what, dear ones? We create. The unconscious parts of us create this. Now, there are also parts of the collective, dear ones. You need to hear this, because everything is not peachy and rosy. We have parts of ourselves. Now, when I say of ourselves, I mean the collective part, because the collective part is one, is us. And so there's a part of the collective that attempts to control, attempts to manipulate, attempts to create scenarios and realities where humanity feels as though they do not have a choice. Yes. How does this part of the collective do that? Well, they do it by placing doubt within the mind. That's what happens. Doubt. When you have doubt, then that possibility of believing in whatever is gone. And they know that, because I have shared in other videos that this part of the collective that is not in alignment for our highest good does not want you to know your power. Now, this part of the collective, which is pretty silly because it's a part of us. But as I said, there's always light, dark, gray within the spectrum of life. So we're talking about the collective that is on the scale of, as I said, controlling, dominating, having agendas. Yeah. In that part of the collective, I want to say, and I am going to say, does not know who and what it is. But there's also a part of that collective that does know. And that part of the collective has been that way for so long. That is what it knows. So it doesn't want to come to the light, even though it is light. Remember that. Those parts of that collective is light. But when you believe a certain thing for so long and you don't want to believe another way, then guess what? That is your reality. Okay, that's what I'm sharing with you. That is your reality. So if people want to stay in a controlling mindset, then guess what's going to happen? They're going to stay in that controlling mindset. So where our dragons come in, they help us to release that controlling nature, because it is really not our nature. It is not our true essence. Our true essence isn't to control. No, our true essence is, it is an essence that is alive, that grows, that nourishes. It's a presence. And when we incarnate and then reincarnate into this reality, we have the will, we have the choice to decide, do I want to associate myself with that collective that is controlling, that is manipulating, that has agendas? Yeah. Yes, dear ones. We see it all the time in our realities. Yet, when we align to the true essence of who we are, it doesn't exist. You can see right through it. Okay? So, this is what our dragons, which is a part of our team, to help us stay in alignment with our true selves. Yeah. Now, there are times where you may want to do something that you might think is not in alignment, but if it's deep within your heart, then do it. There's no rules. Now, when I say there's no rules of the heart. Yes, that's what I'm saying. We do have rules, but when it comes to the heart, that is where everything is, the magical essence. All right, dear one. So yeah, so the part of the collective that does not want you to know your power, does not want you to know that you are that dragon essence. Yes, that can slay, that can transmute, that can bring people together with your essence. Yes, that part of the collective, which is us. Okay, I have to restate these things because people can become confused. And the reason why people become confused is because a lot of us in the collective, we separate ourselves from others. Now, of course, you are separated as your individual self, but as I said, as that collective force, when we all come together and realize that this whole life journey is a reflection, is us knowing that I am you and you are me on a vast scale that spans out into the infinity. That is the ancient ones that, guess what? That didn't get it right all the time. Now, when I say they didn't get it right, because I'm a person that does not believe in right and wrong. I believe in awareness. Okay? Because my right may not be your right. You see what I'm saying? It's awareness. Awareness is the game that we are all becoming more aware of. Yeah, becoming more aware of. So, when you feel a dense heaviness, you can call on your dragons to help you lighten up. We have water dragons, we have fire dragons, we have celestial dragons that reside in the celestial field where you can have many things take place that you want. You create your dragon. You do. Depending on what is happening in your life, you have to realize you are the creator. There's no limitation. Okay? So we have elemental dragons, we have solar dragons, earth dragons. We have many dragons there, wands that can do many things. So when you open up to that frequency by believing, do not allow that part of the collective, that is us now. Okay, I have to keep saying that. It is us collectively. But because of our free will, this is what distinguishes who you are. So even though you are a part of that collective, you hold a signature frequency of your own uniqueness that says, no, I'm not trying to control anybody. I'm not trying to dominate anybody. I don't have any agendas. You see what I'm saying? So when people resonate in that vibration, you will feel that dense and heaviness. You will feel has been played out and still continues to be played out throughout the world because people don't know who and what we are. They think, when I say they is us, the collective part of us, thinks that you have to do certain things to achieve certain things to get it, So when you stay in your heart and you know who you are 100%, then none of that stuff affects you. You see it, yeah, you do, because you are a part of it collectively. But your power, all of our power, resides in our presence. So if your presence is vibrating an essence of unity, an essence of love, an essence of kindness and joy, guess what? That right there in itself dismantles all of that controlling nonsense, because nobody can control you. Yeah, nobody can control you unless you give your power away. And how do you do that? By not knowing who you are. Yes. So we are aligned with the dragon that is you. So when you look in the mirror, dear ones, look into your eyes, breathe deeply, visualize your dragon, and see what happens. See if you feel its energy. See if you feel its essence. Because this is how you connect. You have to make the space. You can't just wake up and your dragon is there. Now, for some, this may happen. It just depends on your mission, your purpose. What are you here doing in the world? What are you bringing in the world? Because your purpose may be to help people connect with their dragons. Yes, dear ones, know thyself. Do not allow the powers that be to manipulate you. Okay? Do not stay stay in your heart. Feel your own dragon essence. And I'm letting you know, because they're telling me to tell you, if you feel a tickle on your nose, you can feel a tickle on your cheek, that could be your dragon. It just depends. It depends, as I said, on you. It depends on your belief. It depends on your connection. It depends so much. But they exist because we created them we created them. It's like we created everything. All right, dear ones? So connect with your dragon. Close your eyes and visualize your dragon in front of you, looking into your eyes. Feel your dragon. Do you have a fire dragon? Do you have a water dragon? Do you have a dragon that can transform? It is up to you. You create your dragon. I'm just letting you know. So allow yourself to connect with your dragon, because your dragon is ready for you in this new beginning, as we are learning more and more about our infinite selves. We are learning that we are the dragon. Yes, we are learning that. Why do you think we have so many movies about dragons? That's because that's our subconscious bringing that dragon energy into the world so we can connect, so we can remember. Game of Thrones. Here you go. Game of Thrones, the dragons. That's a very significant series. And many other series with dragons. Yes, dear ones. So make the space to connect with your dragon, because your dragon can take you to wherever you want to go. Can take you to Avalon, where the dragons exist, and fly around. The dragons exist on Earth. The dragons exist on Sirius. The dragons exist in the Pleiades. The dragons exist everywhere humanity exists and beyond. Now, I'm also being told to tell you right now, because we have light and dark, the powers that be that want to control and want to manipulate, they want you to think that the dragons are evil. They want you to believe that. They want you to believe that you're evil. They want you to believe that there is evilness in the world. Only if you allow that to be in your life, then it will be. But know thyself, know your power. And what did I say? None of that will affect you, because you know who you are. But be aware that there are parts of the collective that does not know itself and loves to place fear into humanity, into the consciousness of all, so you can stay away from your own power. Yes, hear me when I say, dear ones, know who you are. Nobody has power over you. Connect with the dragon that is you. I'm going to give you a little key for you and your dragon. What is it that you like in life? What element do you like? What part of the day do you like? What color do you like? What are the things that you like? These are keys for you to key in about your dragon, because your dragon has what I just said, has those qualities, has those traits. Okay? So if you are a fiery person, you have a fire dragon. Look into that. If you are a watery person, you have a water dragon. All right? If you are a person that communicates a lot, that's your gift, then you have a dragon that is helping you with speaking. And because you have a dragon that's helping you with speaking, you can visualize how this dragon looks. Let me tell you, dear ones, the possibilities are endless. Endless. So, dear ones, I am going to end it on this note. No, in this space, this is a space of healing. This is a space of you connecting with the dragon that is you. And I will place a link in the description about dragons for you to watch. So, beautiful ones, enjoy this new day. Connect with the dragon that is you. You are the dragon. You slay everywhere you go. And do not allow those parts of the collective that does not want you to use your imagination, that does not want you to know your power. Your power that is the dragon. All right, beautiful ones, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next live video. Take care.